Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Project Veterans Voices. I'm your host, AJ Cox, and today we're having a special episode. But before we get into the episode, are you enjoying the podcast? Make sure you go hit up the website. That's thelostart.podbean.com. Go check us out, see what we're all about. A big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project. They're out there doing amazing things. If you don't know anything about them, go check them out. Even if you do, well, go back and check them out again. You can always find them at tillvalhallaproject.com.
Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps Veteran Service Organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member.
All right, here we are, man. I got our special guest. This is Millard McCormack with an A, McCormack, right? How you doing today, sir?
So fine, sir.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, I'm excited to have you. We're here at this wonderful facility, right? This is a great, the VA home here in Sallisaw is a fantastic place, huh?
Yes, it's my home now.
Yeah. It's you did a great job.
Yeah,
Well, now you're an Army veteran.
I am.
Okay. Now, where did you grow up? Tell me a little bit about where you grew up.
I grew up in Arkansas, and between Cave Springs and Bentonville, Arkansas.
Okay.
And I can remember the first day I went to school.
No kidding.
At Liberty Community, a little boy, one horse town,
One small school. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's where my beginning was of being. I was raised on the farm. I was raised on the farm.
So you did a lot of farm work growing up.
We did.
Yeah.
My dad used horses. He didn't like tractors.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, what years was this?
Well, I was born in 1930 in February.
Okay.
Which tomorrow was my birthday. And
well, happy birthday.
And it's I haven't seen no backwards things about my growing up. I had a good Christian home.
Yeah.
I grew up in.
Very good. Very good. And you said your daddy used horses.
Oh yeah, I like them old implements called double shovel, spring tooth harrow, and riding mowing machines with sickles.
Yeah.
And I've hoed corn, and I've helped my dad get the corn in, and it's been a good life.
Yeah. Now, what were some things growing up that you kind of remember that stuck out to you?
Well, with a lot of siblings, we had plenty of talking play, but it was no electricity or anything like that.
Oh, okay.
It was really Arkansas.
Yeah. So you, Austin, you didn't have indoor plumbing or anything at that point, right? Yeah.
No. Whenever we got electricity lights, the lights would be hanging down, and so to keep from having to get up when you went to bed to turn it off, well, you tie a string on that and put it on the head of the bed, and you got ready to pull that string.
Ah, okay.
Pull.
Yeah. It's pretty smart.
Yeah.
I like that. I like it.
Yeah.
And now you went to school. You went all the way through 12th grade?
No. I'm an 8th grade graduate.
8th grade. Okay. Because that's what they used to do a lot is work to or go to school till 8th grade, and then you're out working.
I graduated at Elm Springs, Arkansas, right close to Tawny Town.
Okay.
And
very nice.
That's where it went.
Yeah. Now, how many were in your graduating class? Do you remember?
No, but it probably wasn't 10.
Really? A very small school then. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, now once you graduated and you finished 8th grade, what did you end up doing? What happened then?
Well, looking for a job to do it, and I ended up. My older sister, was in California,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanted me to come out there, so I went to Modesto, California.
Oh yeah.
And spent 2 years around in Arkansas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what were you doing?
I'll work in canning factories.
Okay.
And a dairy farm.
Nice.
Got a job at a dairy farm, and
Yeah.
running the milking machines they had.
Uh-huh.
But it's sort of a farmed out deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cool. And you did that up until when? Like when?
They never could find a job around Bentonville.
Yeah.
And so when I got to California,
Mm-hmm.
that's done just about this, getting a job at the dairy farm,
Mm-hmm.
and I also some hay haulers off of flatbed trucks, and they had hay loaders out in the field where they could load them on.
Mm-hmm.
It's just looked like normal work.
Yeah. Like, especially for where you grew up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you were used to going out in the fields and taking care of things. So
I sure was.
yeah. Now, what kind of drew you into military service? What happened there?
I was the Korean War.
The Korean War.
It went to Tulsa when I got back from California,
Uh-huh.
and we were working on a parking lot.
Okay.
And so that I was there probably, well, altogether I worked at that parking company was 18 years, downtown Tulsa.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy
And then
cow.
when the Korean War struck out, we used to kid each other about the Korean War,
Uh-huh.
and we talked about who was going, what she's going to do, or anything. First thing you know, I had a draft from Uncle Sam.
Uh-oh.
Says, we need you.
Yeah.
We need you.
Okay. So during that time, the draft, how did that all work for you? Did you went to the office there in Tulsa, or the military office, or?
No, it was drafted. You done it by mail. It was President Truman.
Yeah. But where did they send you once you got drafted?
Well, they sent you met on a day to meet, sign up,
Mm-hmm.
do a lot of paperwork,
Yeah.
and then put us up till we ended up in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Fort Leonard Wood. Okay.
That's where we took basic training.
Uh-huh.
And then after we were through there, you got to go on the train. You was already the government's man anyway.
Yeah.
And so we went through that, and that was
So when you went to Fort Leonard Wood for basic training, can you talk to me about your basic training and how was that for you? Were you nervous going into it?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a picture up there of the album sort of going in at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and up on there, and it was. Well, you just didn't know what you was going to do.
Right.
It was hurry up and wait.
You know what? They still haven't fixed that.
Yeah, I doubt if they ever did. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. So now, as far as like your drill sergeants and that type of thing, like how did you feel about that aspect?
Well, I didn't hear for them very well. Yeah.
A lot of yelling.
Yeah, yelling, whistles, and lights coming on, going off.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember how long your basic training was?
Yeah, I took. There was two things in Fort Leonard. When they drafted my bunch, we had the first one was the infantry training.
Okay.
Everybody that's supposed to do anything, and they were supposed to have that.
Okay.
And so they.
Was that what you were in, the infantry one?
Yeah, that was taking basic training in Fort Leonard Wood, though.
Right.
But then used by name, A, B, C, D, E, F, A company, and for that, and the basic training was 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Okay.
And then after that was over, we took an additional 8-week course of
like infantry tactics and things of that nature. Okay.
So
wow, an additional 8 weeks. That's pretty extensive.
Yes, 14 weeks is what we had.
Yeah.
Altogether.
Okay. So. Now, did you enjoy the infantry training?
No, but I didn't hate it.
Okay.
But it's good for you.
Yeah.
I always thought, well, every young man ought to have at least a year of military training.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It makes man out of you.
Yeah.
If you're skinny when you get there, you're fat when you leave. If you're fat, you're skinny when you leave.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah, that's the way it all works.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to remember all those things back.
Yeah. But that's okay. That's all right. So during your or after your training that you did, at that point, did they send you to a specific unit to go overseas? How did that work?
I imagine they had it in mind because whenever we was in, they put us on a train to Seattle, Washington.
Oh, okay.
And that was where we got on the ship to go overseas.
Oh, okay.
Whenever we got to Yokohama, Japan, and you was processed again and sort of worked up, and I signed that where you was going up on the front lines on
what unit you'd be attached
to. And what unit they'd have tents. There wasn't no buildings.
Right.
I never seen a building while I was there.
No kidding. Wow.
And they
now how was do you remember going from Seattle on the ship? Like, what was that like for you? Because I remember my dad, when he went across on the ship, they said there was storms, and they said everybody got sick.
It is a storm, but on after basic training, though, they give me a 17-day delay.
Oh, nice.
And orders to do it. And so I had 17 days after travel issued to be assigned to where I was going.
Got you. So you had to go home and visit family and things like that?
17 days is what that was for.
Oh, okay.
And so then when you're there, you had to go back to a certain place of town where there's a train.
Oh, right.
And then you picked up the...
to go to the next place.
Next to the next place.
Yeah. So you went, you got a train from there in Arkansas all the way to Seattle then.
Yeah, we went that way, but whenever we went to going to Seattle, we went through Tulsa.
Oh, okay.
And on the train, they give you a 5-minute break. And there was my hometown.
Yeah.
Doing it, and you couldn't get off.
You could see it, but you couldn't go out and touch it.
Couldn't get on
it. Right there at your hometown, man.
That was it. That was, well, you forget a lot of them. You wonder why that you were doing all this, and all for $75 a month.
$75 a month. I think they're getting paid a little more than that now.
I believe they do pretty good.
Yeah, they do pretty good
they
nowadays.
do.
Yeah. Wow.
So after that, they search your bag, send this home. They load us with a new combat outfit, backpack, and new rifle and everything, and you're on there, and that's whenever you go off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so they did that before you left on the train, or when
No,
you?
that was after we got back to Seattle to get
Okay,
on the
that was
ship.
in Seattle. Okay,
Yeah. The name of the ship was Simon B. Buckner.
Buckner.
Uh-huh.
Ah, okay. I'll have to look that one up.
It was a 2-stacker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, now talk to me about once you got to Korea. You said they sorted you out to tell you where you were going to go.
You're going through processing shots and stuff
Right.
and what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got through there, we were assigned to get on the train, go to Sasebo, Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And that was where you loaded an old freight train of the Koreans and to go up to the next section.
Yeah.
And so that's how
Okay.
it come out to, I think, Kusan River or something, because they had a boat there that it opened the front end.
Oh, yeah.
So they sort of looked like flat bottom fishing boats.
Yeah.
And
so the front end came down,
so
and
whenever
you all
we
walked
got
on.
in, the cadre and everything was there ready to take you where you find you in, what you're doing. And the first day on the lines, we went up, was on the detail to lay some landmines.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you had a man there that knew what he was doing, that could set the fuses and whatever like that. And we set the mines and things and like that. And then the sergeant goes in and makes them live,
I see.
the area there was there.
Yeah. So you guys were setting where they're supposed to go, and he just came back behind you and set the fuses or what have you.
Right.
Yeah. Very cool.
Right.
And that was your first
that
thing
was
that
my
you did.
First in combat area. Of course, you could see the lights and hear the guns and everything like that.
And where was that specifically? Do you remember?
Well, basically, we was in the area that we was going to be assigned to, and so when that done, like in other words, you just can't explain it.
Yeah.
And that when you was working on the mine, you stack your rifles and and you don't set mines and things with a baggage on.
Yeah. That could be
not
bad.
knowing anything about it anyway.
Yeah. Now, do you remember what unit specifically it was?
Yeah, I was assigned to the 24th Infantry Division in the 3rd Engineer Combat Battalion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now, once you did the laying of the mines, those types of things, and then like kind of talk me through the rest of it. Where else did you go, and what else did you do?
Well, we went back, wait for the next trip.
Yeah.
Next trip. But it was, well, really, if you knew where you was going, you might start running backwards. If you run anyway, if you didn't know where you was going, you better stay where you're at.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then now, did you your unit and everything was considered the front lines at that point?
In combat zone.
Combat zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was. Yeah.
Very cool. Now, where else did you end up going, or did you stay in that one place? Pretty much?
Well, in that one place I was on the front lines in combat duty for 8 months.
8 months.
8 months.
In that area.
Nine was the limit. They told you have 9 months, and then you're eligible for
to go back to the States?
Back behind the unit. It's like,
oh, okay, back behind the lines. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Now, what were some of the things that you remember seeing, you remember doing while you were there, other than laying the mines?
Oh, we built roads, shoveled gravel.
Yeah.
In fact, I was a truck driver.
Okay.
I got in that because I don't know how I got into it, but anyway, my cadre and first sergeant, when we went out, he always wanted to go with my driving in my truck.
Well, you must have been doing something right then.
I hope I was. I sure hope I was.
Yeah, I'm sure you were. If they're saying I want your truck,
I've got some pictures that I brought out here with me. There, I could
very nice.
Let you.
Yeah, I'd love to see them.
See them. Some that I don't even remember, but it's not really something you want to remember.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Now I'm assuming that you saw a lot of crazy things, a lot of gruesome things, those types of things as well.
I got started on them one.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably lose.
I understand.
Track of all my.
Yeah.
When I'll be 96 years old tomorrow.
96 tomorrow. Wow. That's awesome.
I think that'd be my daughter's got something going in here.
Oh yeah.
For tomorrow too, I think.
Oh wow. That's awesome. Yeah. I love it. Well, now how long total were you in Korea?
I was in Korea for 8 months.
Okay. 8 months total.
Because my time was up and I got to rotate back.
Do you remember dates, like when you got there and when you left?
Well,
time frame at least? Probably
do, because my trainer of thought just left me.
That's okay. That's okay. No problem.
Anyway, it all worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all worked out.
Now, were you, whenever I think of the Korean conflict and everything, of course, I was a Marine. So we think of, oh man, I'm losing my train of thought now. Yeah. The Frozen Chosen is what they called when they went up. Now, were you there during that time frame?
Well, actually, the war was going on about 6 months whenever I got there.
When you got there, okay.
Because they had already stopped them at the capital of Korea. Is
that Busan? No.
Well, anyway, then we was.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Now, did you know anybody that was that had to go up and to where it was cold like that, the frozen?
Yeah,
area?
My feet was frozen in too, but I never would go to a deal, because then you're used to the guys that you've been with and what they do, their movements, and it was just I'd rather put it out than be. When you got well, you might be put in another unit. Yeah. You didn't know anybody or anything like that. There's a lot of sacrifices.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That was
absolutely. Now it was really cold, like really, really cold. Now
30 below zero.
Yeah. Now, did you guys get the all the right gear and things like that?
Well, I had all the clothes. I had on 3 pair of socks at one time.
Oh man. Yeah. So, anything to try to stay warm, huh?
Yeah. It was give and take.
Yeah.
We worked ourselves. People, as long as you had a good leader. Yeah. You need to do what the leader tells you to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't know where we're at. I tell you, I've been out on the road from the camp, coming out, and no walking, crunching leaves along the spring, that I don't even know how I ever got whatever got me back to the company.
Yeah.
In it.
Wow. No kidding.
So
wow. That's it was a tough time.
It was a tough time.
Yeah. Absolutely. And thank you for what you did there too.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you paved the way for all of us.
Yeah.
So
if you want to, you could stop by my room and I can give you them.
Yeah, I can.
Album. You probably don't know what they are, but some of them I don't.
Yeah. Well, I would definitely come down and take a look at them.
Well,
Yeah, for sure.
You're welcome to.
Okay.
You're welcome
Yeah,
to.
awesome. I'll do that whenever we get finished here. I
Yeah.
can go down with you.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you did your 8 months
Mhm.
there in Korea. Then you get on a ship to come back home.
Okay, what it was called was Tent City.
Mm-hmm.
We rode out on the 24th Infantry Division had been on the lines in Korea too long,
Mm-hmm.
where the National Guard units from home, the National Guard unit of California is one who relieved the 24th Division
Oh, no kidding.
off the line. And so we had a tent set up way behind the lines,
Uh-huh.
and they'd be the guys in the National Guard, coming up
Mm-hmm.
and take them, and then a bunch come on,
Yeah.
and leave it.
So it's just a big changeover, basically.
Yeah, changeover.
Mhm.
It was a changeover.
Yeah. And then what as you were coming out and you were pulled back or whatever, and then were you retrograding coming back to the States?
Well, now, what we went then, we was going to Japan. See, where
Japan.
we was going, they was taking us to where the camp where these other
I
guys
see.
was.
Okay.
And just picking them up like that.
Yeah. Was that
And
Yokosuka?
there's this Army base, an ex-Japanese base
Uh-huh.
in Sendai, Japan.
What was it?
Sendai.
Sendai.
Senda, I guess.
Yeah.
And,
I have to look that up. I don't know where that one's at.
well, it was some kind of a Japanese.
It was a Japanese
Yeah,
camp at
yeah.
one point. Yeah.
I was still in the Army, and I got we was there when Japan was giving back their colors,
Oh, right.
that, and then they have a meeting that tells you that you're going to be under Japanese law there at a certain time and
Yeah.
date and things like that.
Huh.
So got along. I in occupation duty in Japan probably 4 months.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Now, what was your duties? Like, what were you doing while you were there?
We take the road, fill in, haul gravel, or
Okay.
being a combat unit, we had backhoes, wasn't backhoes, they drag lines.
Dragons, yeah.
for getting used to gravel out of the little creeks and
Mhm.
things there in Japan.
So you kind of infrastructure, you're trying to fix
Yeah.
things back up, things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay. No kidding. Wow. And you did that for about 4 months, huh?
Yes. Whenever I
Wow.
got my time up and got shipped back.
And then,
To
now,
Fort-
correct me if I'm wrong. When you were drafted, it was for 2 years,
21 months,
21 months. Okay.
but I got extension of 24 months.
Okay.
But then when time I come back to Fort Sill, Oklahoma,
Uh-huh.
where we didn't have no place to go, so they sort of paid us little picky orders,
Oh, I see.
keep you busy around
Yeah.
the plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once you got your orders to come back to Fort Sill, what like how did that work out? Did you do a
Well,
ship or what?
Well, they just you have a company A, B, C, D.
Uh-huh.
I was in dog company,
Okay.
and when you come in, they had you already set what company was going
Yeah.
to sit that way. So it wasn't an individual
Yeah.
deal.
So you went as a unit whenever you traveled.
a
like that.
unit.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
just done what we was told to do.
Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, once you were coming back, were you like, how were you feeling?
Well,
Right.
I was feeling I was coming home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Some of the pictures that I got is me on that ship,
Yeah.
and it's buckled up and pretty good. Seeing is believing.
Yeah. So you feeling a lot of relief coming back home.
Yes.
Yeah. And then So did it go all the way back to Seattle first?
We come back in San Francisco.
San Francisco.
So
Okay.
our boat, I remember it plain as yesterday, going under the
Under the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now, were you guys standing on the deck whenever you went under, like on the top?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We was quarantined to stay in one place.
Yeah.
We moved around a lot.
Yeah. Nah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So you got off there in San Francisco, and then from there, where'd you go?
Process, another process of shots and things.
Yeah.
And then you was put on for your transportation. And so I was it worked all the way down like a train from San Francisco to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. And then we was there. Then we just signed a little petty things like our company. They had a second lieutenant school there, and
right.
And so they had mess hall. They ate better than we did over there, and they'd march up to then, and we set the tables and our trays.
Yeah.
And just, like the cooks would put us on 1 day on, 1 day off. Because I only had about, time that you was working on that is.
Yeah.
They were just killing time for us to turn us loose. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
And then, so you spent how much time there doing that, you think?
I was in there probably 3 or 4 months.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
I was corporal, so I didn't do much broom pushing.
You were directed.
Done it. So that was.
So you made it to corporal.
I made
nice.
it to corporal. I got discharged as a corporal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. And then then at that point, once you were done and your contract ended, you just went back where, Tulsa? Where'd you go?
And we stayed in Fort Sill. That's where we got discharged.
Yeah.
Fort Sill.
And then where did you go after the discharge?
Well, after I went back to home, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Went back to work, parking cars.
Yeah.
Met my beautiful wife, and she'd seen me go across the street in Tulsa, and she got home, but she called me because we were friends, before.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so that's we got together, and then we got married.
Yeah.
I had 2 kids.
Okay.
Mark McCormack lives in Mulgrove. Susie lives in Salvador.
Oh, okay.
So,
very nice. Wow. And now, how long were you married?
my wife died this last November,
Oh, okay.
and she was sick. She had dementia,
Oh, yeah.
and
That was tough, huh?
it was tough.
Yeah.
But we was married 72 years.
72 years.
72
Wow.
years.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That really is. That's an
It's been a couple
inspiration.
months ago.
What's that?
I said it was just been a couple months ago.
Yeah.
It's hard to live a single life.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Now, how long have you been here with this facility?
in Sallisaw,
Yeah.
we come down least service station
Mm-hmm.
was in Broken Arrow when
Yeah.
it was a building up.
Uh-huh.
And then later on, I traded that station and trade until I had a free at
In Tulsa there?
well, we moved to. I made a deal and traded for a station and owned it, and
I see.
well, I guess it's 69 and things.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. And then you were there for quite a while, or?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was our home then. My regular home was
Yeah.
Bentonville, Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
We always called it that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice. Wow.
Oh,
Was there anything else that you want to kind of talk about? Any
no, I didn't
experiences?
know
or-
anything about this. I wish I could. Memory wouldn't fade out like that, though. It's embarrassing.
Oh no, it's fine.
Right.
Mine does that all the time,
Uh,
and it happens.
It's still embarrassing.
Don't be embarrassed on my account. You know.
Well, you just there's some things that you don't remember and you don't want them to remember.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the way it goes. I don't think that.
Yeah.
So I applied for a new rating. I was
Are you talking recently? You did applied for a new?
no
rating? Okay.
20 years ago.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yes, that we come to Sallisaw.
Mm-hmm.
I sold my service station,
Okay.
and then I moved here and bought the Sears and Roebuck catalog store.
Here in Sallisaw?
Yeah,
Really? Okay.
and I've been here since. Oh, in Sallisaw, we've been 45 years.
Wow.
We moved here in 79
Yeah.
with the store, and then doing on sold the store. I
Uh-huh.
went to work at Walmart as a mechanic,
Okay.
and worked 7 years for them. And when I got 65 years old, I retired.
Okay. So retired at
End of
65.
story.
Yeah, in the story.
End of
Well, I don't know. There's quite a few between 65 and what'd you say, 96?
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a few years in between there now. What did you do in retirement?
I like old cars.
Oh,
I've
okay.
got a 51 Chevy that's just like new now. I bought a 29 Chevy coupe with the rumble seat. I restored it.
Nice.
All that in between.
Yeah.
And so I sold the 29, my daughter did this year, earlier in the spring.
Really?
And
Wow.
I've got a picture of it too.
I'll have to look at that one too.
So
Now, do you know about the old there's like a car museum
Yeah,
here in town?
there's one here down where the old school
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just went to that recently. It's a pretty neat
Yeah, it
thing.
is. That's what I always wanted to
Yeah.
do, something like that.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, there's quite
And
a few of the
I'll
cars in
retard.
there I'd like.
I didn't get everything that I wanted done by coming out here,
Uh-huh.
but in between when I got up in the 80s and 90s,
Uh-huh.
well, I run onto some swing bicycles. So I bought 2 of them at the old car swap meets,
Yeah.
and I've got,
And you fix those up?
yeah, my daughter's supposed to do that. Had the fenders chromed and stuff like that and all. And, but it's, she's going to think she knows somebody that might would like it. And then she got a couple other junk ones and brought to me. And I got them where you can ride them. They're
Yeah.
safe to ride and safety, but they don't look very good.
Oh yeah. Wow. Well, you do pretty good with the mechanic stuff.
Well, if it hadn't been for cars, I'd starve to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
Because I
knew.
know no education further than the 8th,
Yeah.
but I excelled with and got just as much as the guys that had
Yeah.
college education.
That's right.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Wow. Well, that's
They can't. Sometimes you talk to people who do. You that? You're not that old. I've never had to go on welfare. I've never had been garnished, or in fact, my record is straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
And
awesome.
live for the Lord.
Live for the Lord. Now, where did you go to church when you were here?
Well, there's churches are the
Where's it by?
Well, we go down and I help build from 80s up 64, Abundant Life Pentecostal Church.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
Very
We
nice.
helped build that church there.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty awesome.
It was awesome.
Well, is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, sir. I don't. I can't. After I go back, I can think of a lot of things.
Yeah, that's the way it always works.
I'm sorry, but this forgetfulness has just started since I decided to come out to the
Oh, really?
home. Yeah.
Well, you're doing pretty good, in my opinion.
Well, the guys, they think they're older. I'll just in the home out there.
Yeah.
Down. I wanted to try to get some of this stuff like this. So I've been going to the gym.
Yeah.
There and PT training. And
Nice.
so it's
going all right.
It's still not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing really
Do
good.
you live here?
I do. I just moved back to the area. So I grew up in Vian.
Our friend, he goes there, Robert Morris.
Oh, Robert Morris. That name sounds familiar.
Well, his son that graduated from Vian, and he went right in the service.
He's a colonel. Or
he's a bird colonel now.
Yeah.
EJ is.
EJ. That's yeah.
So we've communed back and forth and sort of helped Robert. And,
Okay.
So.
Very neat.
Yeah.
Well, see, we know some of the same people.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people when we had that catalog store ordered.
Yeah.
Come to Sallisaw and pick up stuff that
Mm-hmm.
they there. It went real good.
Yeah. That's really cool. Well,
But if you come up to my room, I'll trust you with that little album of the pictures.
yeah. Well, I'll
And also little
mm-hmm.
chow lines and things. I got pictures of
really?
them when you're standing in them. It's real neat.
Yeah, I'll come down and look at them for sure. Well, I always ask these, I call them rapid fire questions here at the end. If you're willing to answer some questions, do you mind doing that?
If I know them.
You'll know these. All right, here we go. What is your proudest military moment?
Getting home.
Getting home. That's a good answer.
Getting home. That was all it was.
Yeah. Now, what is your most embarrassing military moment?
I don't really have any.
No, that's
No.
awesome.
I got along with all the guys,
Yeah.
all the supervisors and everything. You can't go one way and then be nasty on the other way. You've got
That's
to stay
true.
right
That
even.
is true. Yeah.
And so my attitude or whatever you want to do it has always been good.
Mhm.
I would do it again if I had to and could.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Well, what is one skill or lesson that you learned in the military that you still use today?
Listen to the one that knows more than you do.
Ooh, yeah, that's sound advice right there.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Well, if you could be one military leader for a day, who would that be?
Well, somebody that looks like they've been ribbed and everything like that, I'd like to go with him and work together and where they would feel better with their life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. That's a good answer. All right. Knowing what you know now, would you do it all over again?
I would if I had to.
Yeah.
If Uncle Sam called me, I need this 96-year-old man, I'd have to go.
Yeah.
I'd have to go.
I think you're probably in the clear, though.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll call you.
No. I don't either.
I don't know. Maybe, anything
Well,
can
my
happen.
daughter is, she'll be out here too.
Yeah.
she's very well known in this town.
Yeah.
Susan Chandler, David Chandler. He worked for the city, retired. Susan worked for the Sallisaw National Bank for 30
Oh, wow.
30 some years.
No kidding.
And,
Yeah. Well, I'm
my power of attorney, I've signed it over to my daughter.
Very good.
And the Chandler Collision Center out 64 there.
Oh, yeah.
That's my grandson.
Okay.
And that's my daughter's son.
Yeah. Very nice. Okay.
And he is an excellent graphic painter. You might have seen some. He built a pickup Mazda with, that can live.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, paint jobs on them. He's
So he real good with the paint now.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I may have to look him up.
Oh, he's that Mazda that he's built up. They never could get it to starting when it was hot, so he hasn't got it. Well, my daughter stays out. She's out there now.
Yeah.
Doing his book work.
Okay. Yeah. Very nice. Well, I always give time for words of wisdom. And 96 years young, tomorrow, 96 years young, what words of wisdom would you have for everybody?
Well, quit doing wrong, get on the right side, and get ready for the good Lord to come and get you.
That's right.
That's it. That's all I could think of, because it ain't going to be that long.
That's true. Yeah.
It ain't going to be that long.
Yeah. Well,
I
thank you for coming on and doing this. I enjoyed listening to your story, enjoyed talking to you. I can't wait to go down and see your pictures.
10 times more than that, but you've seen how they leave me.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. So, but we got a good story. So I'm happy.
My daughter, she turned day before yesterday. She turned 70 years old.
Really? Wow.
My son is 72.
72.
Now he'll be 73.
Okay. Wow.
He had a electric company. He done electric work, but he's disabled.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And then Susan handles his and a lot of stuff too. She
does everything.
She's had the flu. I've had the flu. I've had pneumonia.
Yeah.
And I don't know how she's held up.
Huh.
She's a beautiful girl. You made her. She was over up here a while ago.
Yeah. Just missed her then.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on and doing this. I'm going to do the outro part. And when I do the outro, I always talk about veteran suicide and ways to get help because there's a lot of veterans out there that struggle.
Ain't me.
Yeah.
Ain't me.
But to everybody out there, if you're struggling, need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA does have some good resources. You can dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255 or go to veteranscrisisline.net, click on that chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life lost is one too many. I care about you. I know this 96-year young man over here cares about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to a buddy you serve with, ask them how they're doing it. If they need a helping hand, please give it to them. All right. One last time. Thank you very much. I truly enjoyed it. To everybody, stay motivated. Change your socks.
No more 22. On to the journey and finish the fight.